Chapter 1. A Boy Named Tom, Early Life and First Roles. Tom Felton was born in England. His full name is Thomas Andrew Felton. He was born on September 22, 1987, in a town called Epsom, in Surrey. He was the youngest of 4 boys. He had 3 older brothers. Tom loved his family. He liked to play outside. He liked animals, games, and fun. A boy who loved music. Before acting, Tom loved music. He started to sing when he was a child. He joined a choir, a group of children who sing together. His voice was good. People noticed him. His mom said, "Maybe he can try acting too." First time on camera. When Tom was 8 years old, he went to an audition. An audition is a short test. Actors read lines and people decide who gets the part. Tom smiled. He read his lines. He was natural and confident. He got the role. His first movie was called The Borrowers, 1997. He played a young boy. Later, he acted in Anna and the King, 1999. He played a British boy in Thailand. He was just a child, but he loved the camera. People said, "He is a good actor." Then came a book called Harry Potter. One day, someone gave Tom a book. It was called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Tom liked it, but he did not know this book would change his life. The book was about a boy who finds out he is a wizard. Many kids loved it. Soon, people decided to make it into a movie. The big audition. Thousands of children came to the audition. Tom did not look like Harry. He had blonde hair, but he was smart. When they asked, "What is your favorite part of the book?" Tom said, "I haven't read it, but it sounds cool." Everyone laughed, but they remembered him. Tom first tried for Harry Potter, then for Ron Weasley, but in the end they said, "You are not Harry, you are not Ron, you are Draco Malfoy." Becoming Draco. Draco Malfoy is not a hero. He is mean. He is rude. He hates Harry. He comes from a rich family. He looks down on others. Tom said, "Really? You want me to be the bad guy?" The director smiled. "Yes, you're perfect." Tom got the part. The hair. Tom had brown hair, but Draco has white blonde hair. So they dyed his hair before filming. Tom said, "It was strange. I looked like someone else. But it helped him feel like Draco." He became the character. First day on set. Tom was nervous. There were lights, cameras, costumes, and many people. He saw Daniel Radcliffe, Emma Watson, and Rupert Grint. They were all kids, just like him. But they had a big job. Together, they made Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, 2001. Tom played Draco perfectly. He looked cold. He said mean things. He walked like he owned the room. People hated Draco, and that meant Tom did a good job. Suddenly famous. The movie was a huge success. It was shown all over the world. Millions of people watched it. Children knew the name Draco Malfoy. They saw Tom in the street and said, "Hey, it's Draco." Tom smiled. Even if Draco was a bad guy. He was only 13 years old, but he was now famous. Playing a villain is hard. Tom was not like Draco in real life. He was kind. He liked to laugh. Sometimes people said, "Are you mean like Draco?" Tom would laugh and say, "No, I promise." Playing a bad person is not easy. But Tom learned how to do it well. He acted with his eyes, his face, his voice. He made Draco feel real. School and film. While filming, Tom also went to school. He had tutors. He studied math, English, and science. He said it was hard to study and act at the same time. But he tried his best. He stayed focused. A boy with a big job. Tom was still young. He missed normal things, birthdays, holidays, time with friends. But he loved acting. He felt lucky to be part of something so big. He said, "I knew Harry Potter was special. I just didn't know how big it would be." From small boy to big star. In just a few years, Tom went from a normal boy to a movie star. He walked on red carpets. He did interviews. He met fans from many countries. But inside, he was still the same boy, the one who loved music and laughter. What made Tom special? Tom was not the main hero, but people remembered him. Why? Because he gave Draco something extra. A look, a feeling, a reason. You could see that Draco was not just bad. He was also afraid, lonely, and under pressure. And Tom showed all that with just a look. Chapter 2. Growing up at Hogwarts, life on the Harry Potter set. Tom Felton played Draco Malfoy for many years. He started when he was 13. He finished when he was 23. That means he spent 10 years as Draco. He did not just play a role. He grew up in the world of Harry Potter. But the world was not real. It was a movie set. Still, it felt like home. A second home. The Harry Potter set was big. It had classrooms, halls, moving stairs, and the Great Hall. Of course, it was not real. It was wood, lights, and paint. But to the actors, it felt like a second home. They spent hours there. Days, years. They worked. They ate. They laughed. They learned. It was not just acting. It was life. Friends and co-stars. Tom worked with many young actors. He became close with Daniel Radcliffe, Harry, Emma Watson, Hermione, and Rupert Grint, Ron. They were all kids. They all grew up together. Tom said, "We were like classmates. We saw each other more than our families. Sometimes they played games on set. Sometimes they joked around between takes. But when the camera started, they became their characters again." Playing the villain. Tom always played the bad boy. Draco was mean, cold, proud. Many fans did not like Draco, but Tom enjoyed playing him. He said, "Draco is not just evil. He is scared. He wants to please his family. He wants to look strong." Tom gave Draco layers. That made the character interesting. And even if fans hated Draco, they respected Tom. Long days, hard work. Filming was not easy. Some days were 10 or 12 hours long. Tom had to get up early. He had to sit for makeup and hair. He wore a costume. He read scripts. He waited for his scenes. Then he had to act again and again until the director said, "Good." He also had school on set. He had tutors to help with lessons. It was not like normal school. It was hard to balance both. But Tom did it. Fame at a young age. Tom became famous. People stopped him on the street. They asked for photos. They called him Draco. Sometimes people thought he was mean in real life. But he was not. He just played the part well. Fame was strange. One day he was just Tom. The next he was a global name. Pressure and expectations. Being famous is not always fun. People expect you to smile, to be perfect, to answer questions. Tom was still a teenager. He had feelings, fears, confusion. Sometimes the pressure was too much. He had to hide his true self. He had to act in public too. Not just in movies, but in life. Lessons from the set. Tom learned many things on set. He learned patience. He learned teamwork. He learned how to speak in front of people. He learned how to work with adults and with cameras. He grew up fast. Most kids go to school. Tom went to Hogwarts, a school of magic and film. Real magic behind the scenes. The movies showed magic, spells, flying brooms, and creatures. But Tom saw the real magic, the work behind the camera. People built sets by hand. Artists made wands and robes. Technicians moved lights. Directors gave orders. Hundreds of people worked to make the magic look real. Tom respected them. He said, "I learned that movies are made by teams, not just actors." The later years. As Tom got older, so did Draco. Draco's story became deeper. He was not just mean. He was lost. In the 6th movie, Draco was given a big task. He had to kill someone. But he was afraid. He cried. He could not do it. Tom said, "That was my favorite part." Draco became human. The final film. In the last movie, Tom played Draco one last time. The war was ending. Hogwarts was broken. Draco was no longer strong. He was quiet, unsure. Tom said goodbye to the character. He said, "Draco is a part of me, but I'm ready to be Tom again." It was emotional. Everyone cried on the last day. 10 years, 8 movies, 1 journey. What Harry Potter gave Tom. The role gave him more than money or fame. It gave him friends. It gave him confidence. It gave him a voice. Tom said, "I am thankful. I would not be who I am without Harry Potter." After the final scene, when the last movie ended, Tom felt empty. No more scripts. No more Draco. No more Hogwarts. He was free but also lost. What happens after the end? That was the question. And the answer was, keep moving. Chapter 3, Life After Draco. When the last Harry Potter film ended, Tom Felton was 23 years old. He had played Draco Malfoy for 10 years. Now it was over. He woke up one day and had nothing to do.
No script. No camera. No Draco.
First, it felt good. He could rest. He could sleep more. He could walk in the park and nobody told him where to go or what to say. But then he felt strange. Lost. Who was he now? He was not Draco anymore. But people still called him that. They said, "Hey, Draco!" In shops, in restaurants, on the street. He smiled. But inside, he wondered, will they ever see me as Tom? He started to look for new work. He tried other films. Some were small. Some were strange. He wanted to show he could do more than play a bad guy in a magic school. He acted in TV shows, in thrillers, in dramas. He worked with new people. Some people said, "You did well." Others did not say anything. The truth was, it was not easy. When you are in one big thing for so long, people do not know what else you can do. They think you are only one thing, just Draco. Tom wanted to prove they were wrong. He also turned to music again. Before acting, he loved to sing and play guitar. Now he had time. He wrote songs. He recorded them in his room. He posted videos online. He did not do it for fame. He did it for himself. He played in small bars. People listened. Some came because of Harry Potter. Some stayed because the music was good. Tom said, "Music helps me breathe." He also started to write poems. Simple words about life, love, fear, hope. He wrote about feeling alone, about trying to be okay. He smiled in public, but inside he felt confused. Fame did not fix that. He began to feel sad more often, not because he lost a role, but because he did not know what came next. He talked less to friends. He stayed home more. He didn't sleep well. He said later, "I didn't know what was wrong. I just knew I didn't feel like myself." One day, a friend asked if he was okay. Tom said yes, but the friend knew it was not true. He suggested Tom talk to someone, a therapist, someone who listens. First, Tom said no. He was proud. He didn't want help. But later, he said yes. He sat in a small room and told his story. About Draco, about fame, about fear, about trying to be normal. The therapist listened. Tom said it helped. It was like opening a window in a dark room. He began to walk more. He went outside. He talked to people again. He also started to work on a book. A story about his life, the real life. Not magic, not wands, not castles. Just Tom. He wrote about his childhood, the movies, the people he met, but also about pain, stress, and sadness. He wanted people to know, being famous does not make life easy. He said, "We all have hard times, even actors, even people who smile on TV." He called the book Beyond the Wand. In the book, he was honest. He told the truth. Many fans said thank you. They wrote letters. "I feel like you do. I feel alone too. Your story helps me." Tom said, "That's why I wrote it, so no one feels alone." He kept doing small films. He kept playing music. He didn't always know where life was going, but that was okay. He didn't have to be Draco anymore. He didn't have to be perfect. He just had to be Tom. That was enough. Chapter 4: The Hardest Days. Tom Felton looked happy on the outside. He smiled in photos. He gave interviews. He thanked his fans. But inside, things were different. After Harry Potter, Tom had many questions in his mind. Who am I now? What is my purpose? What if I never act again? He felt lost. He felt sad. And he didn't understand why. He had money. He had fame. He had fans. But still, something was missing. Some days he didn't want to get out of bed. He didn't want to talk to anyone. He just sat alone thinking. He started to drink more. Not at parties, but alone. He thought the drink would help him feel better. But it didn't. It made the sad feelings worse. He stopped making music. He stopped going outside. He stayed home and watched time pass. Friends called. He didn't answer. His phone rang. He turned it off. He smiled when he had to, but the smile was not real. Inside he felt tired, not just in his body, but in his heart. One day it got so bad that he felt he couldn't do it anymore. He wanted the pain to stop. That day he went to a place where people go when they are not okay. Clinic. A rehab center. There were no cameras. No fans. Just help. He stayed there for some time. It was quiet. Simple. He didn't talk much at first. But slowly he began to open up. He met others who felt the same. Sad. Lost. Afraid. He saw he was not alone. They talked. They shared their stories. They listened to each other. Tom started to feel better. Not fast, but little by little. He stopped drinking. He began to walk again. Breathe again. One morning he picked up his guitar. He played a song he wrote long ago. He cried. But not because he was sad. Because he felt something again. He began to write. Not for work. Not for fans. Just for himself. He wrote about fear, healing, and being human. He said, "Pain is part of life, but so is hope." After he left the clinic, he didn't tell everyone right away. He wanted to wait, to be sure he was strong again. Later, he decided to share. He told the truth in interviews. He said, "I was not okay, but I asked for help, and that saved me." Many fans said thank you. Some said, "You helped me tell my parents I need help too." Others said, "I thought I was alone, but your story showed me I'm not." Tom saw that being honest is powerful. He was not ashamed. He was proud, not of the pain, but of the fact that he kept going. He said, "You don't have to be perfect. You just have to try." He started talking more about mental health. He told people, "It's okay to feel bad, but don't stay silent. You matter." He spoke in schools, on podcasts, in videos. He wanted young people to know, even heroes can hurt. And that's okay. He also made new goals. Not big ones, not about being rich or famous. Simple goals. Wake up early. Walk in nature. Play music. Call a friend. Laugh. He learned that small things are the real magic. Tom still had bad days. Everyone does. But now he had tools. He had people. He had hope. He said, "The hardest times taught me who I really am." He was not just an actor. Not just Draco Malfoy. He was a man who fell and then stood up again. That takes strength. And that is something no one can take away. Chapter 5: The Man He Is Today. Tom Felton is no longer a child. He is not a teenager. He is not just Draco Malfoy. He is a man. A man who has lived through many things. He has felt joy. He has felt pain. He has felt lost. And now he feels peace. He wakes up in the morning. He makes tea. He plays with his dog. He walks outside. He still acts, but he chooses what to do. He says no when he doesn't feel ready. He plays music, not for money, but for love. He sings on small stages. He shares songs online. He smiles when people sing with him. He also writes. His book Beyond the Wand became popular. Not because it's about magic, but because it's about truth. In the book, he says, I didn't always know who I was, but now I'm learning. People read his story and feel understood. They say, if Tom can feel lost and find a way back, maybe I can too. He speaks at schools and events. He tells young people, it's okay to not be okay. He tells them, ask for help. Talk to someone. You are not weak. You are strong. Tom is honest. He says, I still have bad days, but I don't hide from them. He reminds people that it's normal to feel pain, that life is not a movie, but it is still beautiful. He also shares his past with joy. He doesn't run from Draco. He smiles when fans talk about Harry Potter. He says, I loved being part of it. It gave me so much. He goes to Harry Potter events. He hugs fans. He takes photos. He signs books. But he also talks about who he is now. He says, I'm not Draco, but I thank him. Draco helped him grow. Today, Tom lives in peace with his past. He accepts it. He forgives the hard times. He remembers the good ones. He thanks the people who helped him. Friends, family, therapists, fans. He still has goals. Not to be the most famous. Not to be the richest. But to be kind, honest, present. To enjoy the small things. Music, laughter, quiet mornings. To help others feel seen. To say, you are enough. That is what makes him special. Not the fame, not the movies, but the way he lives. With heart, with truth, with care. Tom Felton is not a perfect man, but he is a brave one. He shows the world that it's okay to fall, and that it's possible to stand again. He shows that even people from magic worlds have real hearts. And he reminds us, we are not alone.